fans, and welcome to another episode all about our favorite feathered friends. Years ago, Disney had attempted to produce numerous films of an educational nature starring their more popular characters, primarily Donald Duck. Goofy had his how-to series, but those were purely comical and not what I would call life lessons. Donald, on the other hand, gave us math, history, languages and culture, even a short film on family planning. In Donald and the Wheel, we not only witness how one familiar shape makes such an impact on our lives, but also how the spirit of invention pushes us to progress. The 17-minute educational short opens with two spirits of progress debating over what the best invention mankind has ever created could be. The father, voiced by Thurl Ravenscroft, insists that the wheel is the best, while Junior argues that so many other things have to be better. With every noteworthy invention mentioned, Father Progress explains that none of them could have existed without the wheel. For reasons I'm not entirely sure about, he takes his son back in time to meet the inventor of the wheel, Donald Duck, or at least his caveman ancestor. Donald at first doesn't come across as much of an inventor, let alone one for something as breakthrough as the wheel. We meet him trying to pull a heavy sled up a hill towards a cave currently inhabited by a tiger. Upon being chased by the ferocious feline, Donald knocks loose a crude rudimentary wheel made of rock from an outcropping, which then takes out the tiger in true cartoon form, wrapping up the big cat and rolling it away. The spirits try to explain to Donald what he'd just witnessed, a wheel in action, but it neither impresses nor educates the cave duck. In an effort to better explain, the spirits take Donald through time to see all the good the wheel could and will do. To begin with, the wheel is shown to be primarily important in the progression of transportation. People go from carts to chariots, and then further on to carriages and cars. Donald seems to enjoy the various vehicles up until the motor age. Traffic in particular drives Donald crazy, and in a fit of road rage, he decides he'd rather walk than drive. That doesn't sit too well with the two spirits of progress. Pointing Donald in a different direction, away from troublesome transportation, Junior explains that wheels exist in our life even without us knowing about them. The solar system is based on circles, or wheels, and we find that shape everywhere. Mathmagic Land explained that we wouldn't have music or the arts without math, but here we see we wouldn't be able to listen to music or watch films without the wheel. Then there's the practical side to wheels, how we need gears and such to produce electricity to power untold numbers of devices. Donald, now thoroughly impressed but overwhelmed, decides he doesn't want to take responsibility for such a life-changing invention. Well, be it Donald or some other cave duck, the spirits agree that someone did eventually give mankind the wheel. A little-known fact about this short animation is that there was a comic book adaptation that never made it to North American shores. The comic version is quite a bit different, more story, and a completely different ending, where Donald is convinced the wheel is the greatest invention ever. I think the cartoon ending fits Donald's character a bit more, though. Thanks for watching, Duck fans!